Mark's house, where he tells Margaret a little more about his family. His mother works all day, so the downside of the loop is that he hasn't seen her in forever because she leaves when he's waking up, and his dad recently quit his job to write a book about the Civil War. However, Margaret dodges the subject of her own parents, so the duo ends up watching a movie instead. Margaret takes the chance to look around his desk to admire his art, and that's how she finds a map he's drawn marking all the perfect moments they've found around town. She's quite impressed, especially when he admits he makes it every morning while hoping to find some sort of pattern, but so far he hasn't noticed anything. Now that the two of them are sitting closely and having a cute moment over the map, Mark tries to kiss Margaret, but she pulls back and says she can't. Mark tries to understand why, thinking it may be Jared and there's something Margaret isn't telling him, which makes her snap. She explains that since they're stuck together, they shouldn't do anything to mess it up, so the perfect thing collection should be enough. After a devastated Mark agrees to just be friends, Margaret leaves to take her usual phone call. The following reset, Mark is in a bad mood, so he doesn't do his usual predictions through breakfast. He does however ask his dad how his mom is doing, getting fine as an answer. Afterward, he walks normally to Henry's so he can share all his feelings with a friendly ear, but since Henry doesn't understand what's going on, it only frustrates Mark more. When he returns home later, Mark is cornered by Daniel trying to have the talk about his future. Not being able to take it anymore, Mark finally snaps and yells at his dad, telling him he has no future because time is broken, and that it isn't fair that he isn't allowed to go to art school when Daniel quit his job to write a midlife crisis book. Then, Mark tries to go to his room, but he's bothered by Emma's violin practice, so he goes to her room instead to ask her to stop. After putting the violin away, Emma takes the chance to ask him how the talk went, not believing what she hears when Mark replies that he hates that his dad quit to follow his dreams but he can't do the same. Emma explains that Daniel didn't quit, he was fired, not because he messed up, they just didn't need him anymore, so he won't admit it because he's ashamed. Their mother is mad at Daniel for losing the job but she won't say anything either because it's too mean, and Daniel doesn't mind the idea of Mark going to art school,